first up on the plaza is a woman who needs no introduction to the TV world or DETV. You might have seen her on her own QVC, HGTV, or even PBS, but you've definitely seen her here on DETV. But love to welcome to the stage, I'm thinking pageant, to the plaza, Renai Ellison. How are you, Renai?
I am doing wonderful, Ivan, Vincenza. Thank you so much for having me on Good Morning Wilmington.
I know,
it's an honor.
Before we started, we were talking pageant. That's
Yes,
why. We
yes.
were just chatting a little bit. But Renai, we're so excited to have you on the show.
you.
And very impressive resume.
Oh,
Talk to him.
Yes,
Talk to him.
very impressive resume.
Vincenza, thank you
Yes,
so
but
much.
it's-
I consider that high praise coming from you, considering.
Oh, thank you. Well, I think it's important that our viewers find out more information about who you are. So let's start from the beginning, Renai.
Okay.
Who is Renai Ellison?
Well, I am a devoted daughter, a loyal friend, and I work hard and I care a lot. And I'm the CEO and founder of a company that really embodies all of that. It's called Embrace Life Enterprises. And recently I am an author. My baby, I'm calling it, was born just a couple days ago. It was released to the public, From Fake to Phenomenal.
Congratulations.
8 Secrets to Abandon Inauthenticity and Embrace Self-Discovery. And I'm just excited to be able to share my story and talk a little bit more about my business and how I can help people.
Excellent, excellent. Well, congratulations again for the book. So let's talk about what motivated you to write a book.
That's a great question, Vincenza. So let me just tell you, about a year or so ago, I was working for a company and I was in love with the work. And fast forward, I was fired from that company. And it was one of the most devastating experiences of my life. I've had experiences where it's like contract ended, or maybe this is not the right place for you, but never like pull the trigger. Just wasn't working out for them. And it was really hard because I put my heart and soul into the opportunity. And when I left the company, I was encouraged by a lot of people to write about that experience. And I decided that I wanted to write a book. I said, I've been thinking about this for a long time. I want to do this. And initially, I was so angry and I was so upset about the way I was treated. I wanted to write a book that was like scathing and like, throwing darts at them and punishing them for hurting me. And then all of a sudden, maybe not all of a sudden, a few weeks later, I got this epiphany and I just said, I think I might have a bigger, better story to tell. Now, initially, I wanted to call the book The Judas Kiss. That's how betrayed I felt.
Right.
And then I decided, no, I want a book that not only talks about my life, but also is an empowering resource for people. So my From Fake to Phenomenal was born.
Did you find a lot of people were experiencing the same, break, or disappointment that you have while you was in your moment?
Oh, yeah.
I remember that moment.
Do you remember?
I remember that moment.
Yeah. I shared with you some of the details. At the time, it was very devastating. And yes, there were a lot of people. It was like a mass exodus from this company.
Wow.
So people were electing to leave. People were being invited to leave.
Right.
But yeah. But my unique experience was that I was leading the organization. And so I'm talking from 4 a.m. to, sometimes 11 o'clock at night, just pouring my heart into this organization and really abandoning myself in the process. And so that's sort of the moral of the story, is how sometimes I and others, we step away from who we authentically and truly are, and put our efforts and our attentions on things that aren't as important as our health and our life.
Well, you did not let that moment, that hard moment in life, define who you are. You embraced it, it seems like. Embrace life. You embraced it, and it catapulted you to the next chapter. And I could see that it gave you that extra motivation to write the book. That extra, sometimes we need a little extra push every once in a while. And sometimes we have to go through those hardships to almost like wake up. And you did not let it define you, and you took something that was a really hard moment in life and you turned it into something positive.
Thank you for
but it's true, it's true.
I appreciate that.
And it's a testament of what you're doing. But let's talk about the life coach element that you offer. So let's talk more about that, because I think life coaches are incredible people, just incredible to have in your life. And if you haven't had a chance to invest in a life coach, I recommend it. So let's share with our viewers more about what you offer as a life coach.
Sure, thank you. So I'm a life and leadership coach. And what that means is I help people who might have struggles with finding connections in life. Maybe they're looking for a purpose. Maybe they're looking for a different career transition. Maybe they're looking just to be able to enjoy their family more. I help people really enjoy their life, embrace their life. And I do that on a personal level and on a professional level. So I work with individuals one-on-one and in groups, and then I also work with organizations. And the services at Embrace Life Enterprises include not only the coaching, but also training and consulting, and I also do some speaking. So really being able to support people on their life journey is so important to me.
Yes, it's super important to receive that support, but you're able to provide positivity and that energy that you bring. I mean, we said it earlier in the beginning of the show. When Renai walked into the room, the energy of this room just was illuminated. Oh, you were like, whoa, we feel she has arrived.
That's
so, but it's true.
The
but it's
trumpets
very,
came
very
out.
true.
Oh.
But it's true. But it's true, and it seems like you found your calling. Because just naturally, first impression, that's what I got off of, because this is the first time I've had the opportunity to meet you. But let's talk about what's next. So I have the book. You have the book. Check that off the list.
Yeah.
So what's next?
You know, and I think that's part of it for me, is that I can't really check it off the list yet because it was just released. So part of embracing my life is really being able to kind of relish in this journey. You know, I've been at this studio, how many times I've been? A bunch of times, hosting shows, meeting with Ivan and the team for whatever. This is the first time I've ever been here as a guest. You know, Ivan and I were just joking about the idea that he gets to interview me for a change, right? And to really be able to just kind of relish in that is so valuable and important for me, and part of my embracing life journey. And what I want to encourage people to do too, because so many times we do go through life and we check everything off, right? And that's our natural instinct. But I think to be able to kind of savor things a little bit.
Is it the smelling of the roses?
Oh yeah.
The stopping and smelling of the roses. Now, I've known Renai for a while now, and we've became friends. It's easy to say we became friends. And I have a situation, I will call Renai. Renai has situations, she will call me. So to sit here and to you know, some people become life coaches because they find it the easy thing to do. I just want to motivate people. You should find a life coach that experienced things and that came off. Like, never once was there a time that I can remember you stepping, if you like, that she played the victim. She played the conqueror. Like, nope, Ivan, this situation, nope, I'm gonna get through this. I just gotta figure out how. It was that. So now she's being interviewed. I'm calling this her home because it is. It will always be, DETV will always be her home. To now interviewing you on the morning show. Because remember when I first told you the ideas I had? Like, I was like, people think I'm crazy. She was like, no, you're not crazy. No. Just do it.
And I think what's beautiful about you sharing that story, Ivan, is the power of vision. 5 years ago when we met at the hotel and we were having lunch and you shared with me the vision for DETV, you were just riding around in a little van with a DETV logo on it, and look at you now. And when you shared that vision with me, it stirred something in me because I could see you connecting with your life's purpose. And that's what I believe every individual has the right to do. And that's one of the secrets in the book, is that knowing that you're worthy enough to be able to literally see God's promise for your life being realized and recognized in the story and in the trajectory of the life that you live. So you are a testament to what vision can do, and what coaching and just the right amount of inspiration can do for a person.
Right.
Well, I appreciate it. But you,
Yes.
you, Renai Ellison, when Renai walks in, I'm always like glad to see. It's like seeing your big sister, right? You have something called the care approach.
Yes.
What is that?
Yeah. So the care approach it's the principles for my business. And it starts with the C in Care, which is all about compassion. It's about being able to really be able to try, even if you have never walked in someone else's shoes, to be able to understand that they have the right to tell their story and to glean some kind of understanding and connection from the story that people share with you, and not necessarily cast judgment on it, but really feel a sense of connection. The A is about abundance. I think that might be my favorite principle because it's all about there's enough to go around. There are no limits to what we can achieve as individuals.
Right.
And I talk to a lot of women, I coach a lot of women, I lead women in small circles, and I think one of the things that we forget sometimes as women, especially when we are locked into the housewives mentality, is that we are sisters, and the support that we give to one another is so important and so empowering. Many women have struggles with their relationships with their mothers, and it impacts the relationships that they have with other women. And I am an advocate for supporting, empowering, encouraging women, and trusting that there's enough to go around. This is your story and this is your life, and I don't necessarily need to live your life,
Right.
but I can applaud you for the life that you live. And then R is about resilience. It's about what you talked about with me, about not playing the victim, about being able to bounce back and be resilient and come back from a knockdown. And I know, Ivan, in the last 5 years, we've talked about it. I don't need to go into detail, the struggles and the challenges that you have to build this incredible empire that you've built, right? You've gone through a lot of struggles and trials, but to be able to barrel through those struggles and trials and to be able to come out and to see this beautiful facility and all that you've cultivated, that's resilience. And then finally, I think this one probably is what you see when I walk in the door. It's enthusiasm.
Yes.
I'm just a
that's it.
natural born geek when it comes to God, when it comes to life.
Right.
If I say I geek out over anything, it's not necessarily technology,
Right.
it's life.
Right.
I feel grateful for the opportunity to live this life.
Yeah.
And I used to call my company Renai Ellison Coaching and Training, but what does that say?
Right.
There's no message there.
Right.
So I changed it, and it's called Embrace Life Enterprises now, because it's all about that whole idea of really just wrapping your arms around everything that God has to offer you.
Do you remember? Oh, Renai Ellison, damn it! You remember that?
So Vincenza, inside joke. Okay,
Yes.
fill her in.
Yeah.
Don't
Get me up to date.
Jim.
So it was one of those things. Renai and I was exchanging. Sometimes you need a friend that won't hold anything against you, and that's what we became. And I would call her when I had the situation. She would call me when she had a situation. And our thing was, and it was something because it really made me like say the same thing. Like she was, whatever she was going through, it was like we would hang the phone up, and she was like, "I'm Renai Ellison, damn it!" Like it was right, and I'm like, "Oh shoot, no, I'm Ivan Thomas, damn it!" Like it was a mantra, right? And now look at I'm so happy that you're here. That's
a little boost of confidence.
And you need it. And sometimes it's okay to talk to yourself.
Yes, I agree.
You know what I mean? To remind yourself who self is. Yeah. So I'm super excited about Embrace Life.
Thank you.
Where can people find more information? Purchase the book?
Yeah, it's available on Amazon as we speak. In about a month or so, I'll be releasing an ebook and also an audiobook. But right now it's available in paperback on Amazon, and you can just go and purchase the book there. Or it's available where all books are sold. So you can go to, if it's not physically on the shelf, you can go to a bookstore and you can say, I'm looking for From Fake to Phenomenal by Renai Ellison, and I'd like to purchase it.
Explain that for me real quick before we leave.
What's that?
Fake to Phenomenal.
Yeah, thank you for that. So fake is all about the bottom line of inauthenticity. And I think that is kind of a buzzword in our society, authenticity. And a lot of times people will say inauthenticity, but what does inauthentic mean?
Right.
If you have an inauthentic pocketbook or inauthentic pair of shoes, it means it's not real, right?
Not real, right.
It's fake. Right. And I think it was hard for me initially to embrace that idea that I lived a lot of my life as a result, as I'm sure you might be able to relate, Vincenza, being in the modeling world and the TV world, not necessarily supported. So you have to kind of adapt who you are in order to be able to fit in to this world that doesn't support you. Wow. And I spent a lot of my life fake. Until I got to a point where I said, I don't like the way this feels for me, and I don't want to be here anymore, and I've paid too many prices through this journey, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Yeah. And I want my life to be different. And I want to be phenomenal, like Maya Angelou talks about, that phenomenal woman that walks into a room, and it's not necessarily that she's so beautiful, but there's something about her that just captures your attention. And I talk about that in the book too. So
I think I'll love this book.
Yeah, I think I would love it too.
One thing that I want to add about the book, I think that's really great, is that it's not just a memoir. It's not just me telling you about me. Right. It's a workbook. So at the end of each chapter,
I like that.
There are Renaissance reflections.
I get it.
And there's also phenomenal thoughts to ponder, which are basically journal prompts that invite you to kind of work interactively through your own self-discovery.
It's very interactive.
For men and women?
It can be definitely for men too.
Okay, but it's for women.
I will say I will admit my target audience is women.
No, there's no problem there. That's why we came up with it.
Yes.
Watch the plug.
However, I will say I think anybody can benefit from the journey.
All right, here go the plug. That's why we created DETV Women. See how we did that? All right. No, but look, Renai, this is your camera. This is the community camera. You get 15 seconds to tell them about the book or whatever you have going on. Anything.
Well, first of all, before I go to the camera, thank you both for having me and for just giving me this opportunity to share about my journey and about my book. And thank you so much for watching. All the times that I've hosted shows on DETV. Thank you to those who have supported me in that opportunity. Most importantly, I just want you to know that I'm inviting you to this new leg of my life, leg of my journey, where this book, I hope, will impact you and impact all the people in your life that you know and love. And go to Amazon, pick up your copy, and let me know what you think about it and how it supported you. And if you need to reach out to me, you can go to Renai at embracelife.com, Renai at iwillembracelife.com, or iwillembracelife.com.
I love it. Yep. I will embrace life. Thank you, Renai, so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
What's up, everyone? It's your main man, Big Ob, the talk of the town, Mr. DETVCH.com, and I'm here with my wonderful and amazing co-host,
Vincenza.
We just stopped by to tell you to be sure, if you want any information on what's going on in Wilmington and to meet some dynamic people doing some amazing and great things, be sure to watch us live on Good Morning Wilmington on Mondays and Wednesdays at 10 p.m.
Oh, Ivan, 10 a.m.
Wish he said 10 a.m.
Listen to me. That's why he has me here. But yes, tune in live, 10 a.m. Monday and Wednesday on Good Morning Wilmington.
DETVCH.com.